Hey, what's going on, guys? Cova, and welcome back to some more transfer gossip. Make sure you do subscribe if you're new around here because these gossip videos are coming out pretty much every 2 days in January, and you want to make sure you know what your team's doing. Subscribe to me right now. But anyway, we're going to kick this off with Thiago Ilori. Actually, he is set to call time on his Liverpool career, which didn't really ever kick off as a promising centre-back from Sporting Lisbon. He's going to call end to his career and join Reading in what is likely to be a £3.75 million deal, which is roughly about half of what Liverpool originally paid Sporting Lisbon for Ilori. Next up is Ricardo Pereira. He's on loan at Nice from Porto, and Arsenal considering a £20 million move for the Nice right back. It's an interesting one because obviously they got Bellerin, so they don't really need him. Would he kind of be a left back for Arsenal, Ricardo Pereira, or not? Or is this rumour just full of crap? Because it's an interesting one because Bellerin is so good, in my opinion, that I don't know why they go for Pereira as well. Next up is Manolas. Manchester United now another club interested in offering $32.5 million for the Roma centre-back. Obviously, he's only 24 or 25, I think it's 25, and so he's got a lot of time left in his career. It could be a very, very pivotal player. Obviously, they did go in for Lindelof at one point, but now it looks like they changed their attentions to Manolas. Next up is Kolarov looks set, destined to leave Manchester City. He will be offered a new Manchester City deal along with Zabaleta. I think both of those will not be offered new deals. And there's also doubt over Sanya and Clichy as well. So there could be a big clear out at Manchester City. Next up is the main story, actually. This is Bakayoko. He's a young French centre mid for Monaco, and he's interesting a huge amount of clubs. Chelsea are the latest to be considering a bid of around £30 million for the Monaco guy. Now, the two other clubs are believed to be Manchester City and also Arsenal. All three of those heavy hitters are interested in Bakayoko. Obviously, coming through the Monaco Academy, he looks like he could be the next one off the line. Next up is Sacco. He's obviously been cast into like no man's land at Liverpool, and Southampton will go in for Sacco as a Fonte replacement. Obviously, Fonte's came out and said he doesn't want to be at Southampton anymore and he wants to leave. Igalo is another one who may be heading to China. Shanghai Shenhua are ready to go back in for him. He seems to be destined to end up going there. I don't know whether it was, I think it was pretty sure it was Igalo who actually turned down the move. Props to him for wanting to stay in the Prem, but it looks like the money may have finally turned his head and he may end up at China. A lot of these high-profile players are going there, so I don't really blame him if he can get a lot more there than he can here. Next up is Ntep. He's obviously such a beast on FIFA, and he may end up in the Premier League. Crystal Palace wish to sign Ntep from Rennes. Obviously, Allardyce is really, really good at finding these bargains, and God knows how much it would cost to get Ntep, but he has been a long time, really good player in League One, and he may make that move to the Prem. Moussa Dembele is next up. He is doing really, really well for Celtic. Missed out on a move to Tottenham when he was leaving Fulham. However, West Ham are now the London club ready to go up to £30 million for the Celtic striker. Apparently, they did bid $20 million for someone based in Scotland. It might have been Dembele. I think it would end up being more than $30 million to try and get him from Celtic. Gabbiadini's next up, being a long time linked with a move to the Premier League. This time Southampton are ready to bid $17 million for the Napoli forward. It seems like he's up for sale, like he's available to leave Napoli, which I find a bit interesting. You know, Everton were linked with him recently, but it seems to be Southampton going in for him now. Dybala is next up, getting linked with a move away. Real Madrid want Dybala, and they are willing to offer $90 million plus Alvaro Morata. Obviously, Morata was at Juventus at one point. Carvalho is next up. He is getting linked to the move to West Brom. They've seen a £26 million bid rejected, so it looks like West Brom have got loads of money to spend and try and push on. They're currently sitting like 7th, which is just absolutely fantastic for them. Tony Pulis doing an absolute miracle job there. Jack Wilshere is next up. Koeman is ready to bring in Wilshere to Goodison. Obviously, that would be probably at the end of his loan spell. I think that loan spell is permanent until the end of the season. He can't actually be broken away from that. I think Arsenal did want to recall him because of obviously injuries to Cazorla and also El Neni going to the Africa Cup of Nations. They did want to get Wilshere back, but it is a full season loan deal, so any move for Wilshere will be in the summer. Quincy Promes is next up, getting linked with a move to Liverpool for a long time. Liverpool will push on with the Quincy Promes move. Looks like it's going to be at least £20 million, possibly $25 million. to get him to Anfield. The only plus side about this deal is he is only 24, so there is a lot of scope in terms of his career to get better and better. Next up, Aston Villa and West Brom are both inquiring about James McCarthy. Looks like Everton having a big clear out. McCarthy doesn't seem to be playing that much. I think he's a really, really good player. I think this guy is hugely talented. He's hugely underrated, and it's a shame that he's not really, for one reason or another, not playing for Everton at the moment. I think it's more injury side of things. He's not really fit enough to be constantly playing. And yeah, West Brom would be a great deal. They could get him, but also Aston Villa are coming in with a sneaky bid for the Championship side. Rakitic is next up. According to Croatian media today, he is close to joining Manchester City from Barcelona. Again, Manchester City using their Barcelona connections to try and get Rakitic away, which could spell bad news for Liverpool fans with Coutinho, because obviously Rakitic is like the most attacking midfielder in Barcelona. Obviously, they play like kind of a free midfielders, and Rakitic is always the one that's pushing forward. I think he's a really good player, but I think that could spell bad news if Rakitic is going for Liverpool, because that may see Barcelona go in for Coutinho. Next up is Belotti. Torino have turned down a massive £56 million bid from Arsenal for this guy. I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen much of this guy, but he is getting absolute rave reviews in Italy. And I say £56 million is a hell of a lot for Wenger, of all people, to put in. And finally, we end on Kagea, I don't know how you say his name, but Chelsea plus a £13 million move for the Fenerbahce centre-back. And there you go, guys. That is everything for today. The big one for me is Bakayoko. I think he's a hugely talented kid, and a lot of clubs are going to go in for him. Also, even Carvalho, that massive bid from West Brom is absolutely insane. But there you go, guys. That is everything for today. Make sure you do drop a like if you did enjoy the video, and I shall see you in the next one.